We're here to show you a game we are producing here in Brazil. We think it might be interesting to you guys. So this is Escape from the Tower. It is a light game, fast game, simple game, with art from a Brazilian artist that draws comics here in our country. In this game, up to 4 players take a team. They represent heroes that have been captured by villains and are on the villains' towers. The object of the game, the goal of the game, is to make your team reach the top of the tower and escape from the villains. It has 10 meeples. All those are already on the board. We have 60 cards, among them map cards like these and action cards like these. It takes about 10 to 30 minutes to finish a match for this game. The setup for the game is semi-random. These cards here in the middle and these two jail cards are fixed, but the rest of the map is randomly generated with some special rules about these ropes in each level, in each floor of the tower. The goal of the games, as I said earlier, is to reach the top with your 2 meeples. If at any time a player has managed to get his meeples from the bottom of the tower to the top, that player, the game ends immediately and that player wins the game. Gameplay proceeds as follows. Each time, every player has a set of cards, and they are numbered like these. They are numbered 1 through 7, and they represent the several actions that players may take in the game. This hand of cards is the same for everyone in the board, and each player decides secretly which card to use in every round. After every player has made its decision, the cards are placed in a common area of the board and then revealed. The actions are performed from the lowest card number to the highest card number. The actions from these cards are as follows. The first card allows you to hide and move and hide one of your meeples. The symbol for movement allows you to move any one of your meeples on the horizontal plane. And you can then choose to hide one of your meeples, that's represented by make your meeple lie down, or you could choose to have your other meeple could move a meeple and then lie down the other meeple. Hiding is useful because at the end of a turn, when any player meeples are in the same card as one of the villain meeples, they are knocked back 1 level of the tower. So if at the end of this turn of the several actions, this villain end up with this meeple, that meeple would then fall down. Hiding allows you to share a space with a villain without having your meeple go down to the bottom of the tower. Movement has a general rule that 2 meeples cannot coexist in the same card, with the exception of hiding meeples and villains specifically. Even your own, you can't have 2 meeples on the same cards. It basically doesn't happen. The second card is called Pursuit. It allows you to move 2 movement points for your hero meeples and allows you to move one of the villains. The heroes can only move on the horizontal, and to move to a vertical space they must have, they must be on this rope card here that allows them to move a level up from the tower. The villains, however, they don't use the ropes, but they have these portals in the middle of the map that allows them to transit in the vertical space of the tower. This second card basically allows you to move some of your meeples and a part of the villains. The third card is called Explosion. It allows you to move up to 2 points of movement for the hero meeples, and also destroys a section of the tower, modifying the battlefield. For instance, the cards to be destroyed must be empty. When it does so, you adjust the tower like this. The fourth card is the capture card. It allows you to move one of your meeples and gives you 3 movement points for the villain. So you could make one meeple move 3 card spaces, or have a villain move 1 card, move another card, and such. The fifth card is Climbing. It comes with the rope symbol, which allows you to climb a level of the tower even if you're not in a rope card. So if I use this here, I could, for example, move this meeple here and then move it up a level on the tower. The sixth card is a portal, which allows your heroes to move in the vertical spaces using the portals in the center of the map that are mainly used by the villains. The seventh and last card is a rest card, which is also important to the trigger of the end for the end of the game. As you use your cards, you create a discards pile. You can't use the same action 2 times in a row unless you play the discard card, the rest card, which allows you to replenish your hands with all the cards you have used before. The first time you do so, you flip your team cards to show you have rested once. You also get the Griffon, which is our first player marker. One of the conditions for the end of the game is if every one of the players in the match have rested for at least 2 times, if they have replenished their hands at least 2 times. If everyone does this, there is a final round, a final play of cards, and then the game ends. Otherwise, the game ends if any player manages to reach the top of the tower with 2 meeples, his 2 meeples. The game then ends immediately. The player which managed to do that wins the game. In the case of if the end of the game is triggered by the right amount of rests, then the player who managed to get the most high in the tower wins the game. So in this situation, for example, if these 2 players had escaped the tower with these meeples and we have this, the red player would win because he managed to escape with 1 meeple, and his meeple is higher than the green player's meeples. Basically, the game is this. Those are the like kind of a quick explanation of the rules. If you are interested in nooks and crannies of the game, like we have these portals here that allow players to move about them for free, and this card which automatically hides one of your meeples when you enter there. We can send you guys a manual for this game. We think it's a quick and light game. Maybe it's of interest for you. Thank you for your attention.